The 20th century witnessed two devastating world wars. These conflicts reshaped the global order. Millions perished, economies crumbled. The scars of these conflicts remain. Today, the world grapples with the question, could a third world war erupt? The possibility, once unthinkable, now looms as a stark reality. Experts are sounding the alarm. The Atlantic Council, a prominent think tank, paints a sobering picture. Their research reveals a 40% chance of a world war by 2035. This stark statistic is a wake-up call. The world cannot afford to ignore the warning signs. The consequences of another global conflict would be catastrophic. Modern warfare with advanced weaponry could result in unprecedented destruction. The use of nuclear weapons, a chilling possibility, would have unimaginable human and environmental costs. The global economy, already fragile, would face collapse. The world must learn from the mistakes of the past. Dialogue, diplomacy, and cooperation are crucial to avert disaster. The international community must work together to address the root causes of conflict. The stakes are too high to fail. Several volatile regions represent potential flashpoints for a global conflict. These areas are like tinderboxes awaiting a spark to ignite a wider conflagration. One such flashpoint is Taiwan. The island nation, claimed by China, has become a focal point of geopolitical tensions. The Atlantic Council reports that 65% of experts believe China will attempt to retake Taiwan by force within the next decade. Another potential trigger for World War III is a clash between Russia and NATO. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine highlights the risk of escalation. With Russia deeply involved in Ukraine, any miscalculation or spillover could draw NATO into a direct confrontation. The Atlantic Council's findings reveal that 45% of experts foresee a direct military conflict between Russia and NATO within the next 10 years. The Middle East remains a volatile region rife with potential for conflict. The collapse of the Assad regime in Syria, coupled with the activities of Hezbollah and ongoing tensions with Iran, creates a powder keg. Additionally, Houthi rebels in Yemen, who have targeted US Navy ships and disrupted maritime trade, further exacerbate regional instability. These flashpoints represent just a few of the potential triggers for a wider conflict. The interconnected nature of global politics means that seemingly isolated regional conflicts can quickly escalate and draw in other actors. The world must remain vigilant and proactive in addressing these tensions to prevent them from spiraling out of control. Adding to the volatility of the current geopolitical landscape is the threat of nuclear proliferation. The more actors possess these devastating weapons, the greater the risk of their use, whether intentional or accidental. Experts predict that at least one new country will acquire nuclear weapons by 2035. Iran is considered the most likely candidate, but South Korea and Japan are also potential contenders. Simultaneously, the global balance of power is shifting. While the United States is expected to remain the dominant military power in the coming years, its influence is waning. China is rapidly expanding its military capabilities and challenging US dominance in various domains. This shift in power dynamics creates uncertainty and increases the potential for miscalculation and conflict. Furthermore, global alliances are realigning. The Atlantic Council predicts a world increasingly divided into two blocs, one led by the United States and the other by China. This bipolar system, reminiscent of the Cold War, could further exacerbate tensions and increase the risk of conflict. The combination of nuclear proliferation, shifting alliances, and the emergence of new global powers creates a complex and unpredictable environment. In this context, even small miscalculations or regional conflicts could escalate into a global conflagration. Despite the alarming trends and expert predictions, a third world war is not inevitable. The international community must prioritize dialogue, diplomacy, and cooperation to address potential flashpoints and prevent escalation. Strengthening international institutions like the United Nations is crucial to promote multilateralism and resolve disputes peacefully. Investing in conflict prevention and resolution mechanisms is essential. This includes promoting dialogue between opposing parties, addressing the root causes of conflict, and fostering economic development. Furthermore, fostering cultural understanding and people-to-people exchanges can help bridge divides and promote peaceful coexistence. the world stands at a crossroads. The path to peace requires vigilance, proactive diplomacy, and a commitment to resolving disputes through peaceful means. Ignoring the warning signs or failing to address the root causes of conflict could have catastrophic consequences. The future of humanity hinges on our collective ability to navigate the challenges of the 21st century and build a more peaceful and secure world.